Catflap Chats, episode 74. I can't work out if I said it earlier, if I'm fangirling or I'm pretty excited. I'm sat with the main man, Rangi Chase, right now. Down in West Wales, West is best. Playing for West Wales Raiders at the moment.
It's beautiful down there, eh?
It's good. To be fair, you've got some of the best beaches in the world in West Wales, mate. If you want to get out and about and see them, especially now summer's here.
Yeah, I know. Been down Mumbles the other week.
Oh yeah? Nice?
Yeah.
Enjoy that?
Yeah, it was good, but everyone's having a pint, so I thought I'd join in. 6 pints later. Yeah, it was good.
It's always the way, mate. Hey, look, thank you for coming on, pal. Just before we start, a bit of housekeeping. So head over to catflapchats.com where you'll find all of our merch, our back catalogue, our sponsors, and everything else that you can find out about the podcast. Enough about that. Tiny Rebel giving us a couple of beers, so I'm going to crack open one. Little key lime lager.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother. Thank you for coming on.
See what I'm saying,
I'm not seeing this off. Fuck, that'll be the end of us.
It might be into you, right? Not me.
Oh, I'll be going home Sunday. What's news then, pal? What's going on? What's keeping you up at night? What's keeping you busy?
Nah, nothing really keeps me up at night, eh? I'm normally in bed early.
Yeah.
Got a good job at equipment for gyms, so if anyone needs gym equipment and stuff like that, just head on the website, Equip for Gyms.
There's the plug.
Shout out, you know what I mean?
They must have been mental busy over the last year because obviously all the gyms closed. You just can't get hold of anything.
Yeah, it's busy, especially with lockdown, isn't it? Because everyone wants to keep in shape, and so people ordering stuff either at home or refurnishing their gyms.
Yeah.
So we do things by, go and clear our gyms and stuff like that, and deliver.
Yeah.
All the way down to England as well. So they're going good. It keeps you busy. So get a bit of a workout every day as well if you're lifting. So
you're looking trim. You're looking well.
Oh, thank you. Well, yeah, try. Yeah, but no, it does keep you in shape a bit. So
yeah,
it's a good job in that category. Plus, everyone you work with is pretty sound. Got a good group of boys there, so which makes it a lot easier when you're trying to transition to, from a different area or different country. Some of us, got one of the young Aussie boys that lives here with me, so you need that. You need to have a good environment at work, because you see each other more than your loved ones. So
yeah, of course,
it helps. It's been a big thing for me here. It's helped me a lot.
Why West Wales then, pal? Like, for a man who's done everything you have in the game, how come you've ended up down here?
Yeah, okay, I can say that quite a lot, but while West Wales, they come here last year, they come last year, so
yeah,
it's one of them. I needed a change, I needed a challenge, I needed a change. Us as athletes, especially growing up, learning my trade as a young man, I needed to. I always loved the challenge and to test myself, and this is sort of similar. I've based in Yorkshire most of my career. I thought I needed a change, and I knew the coach from back in Australia. We used to play against each other through the grades.
Yeah.
Goes to show how old I am because he's old as hell. But and then I saw him, we played them, that was our last game before lockdown, and we just got chatting and stuff, and he said, I'll give you a ring later. I said, yeah, I'll give you a ring one time. I said, yeah, no problem, bro. Didn't think anything of it, and then, when we started talking about when the season's kind of starting back again, and I was talking to the team over in France, and then, like I said, I need to change from Yorkshire.
Yeah.
I just thought something new, challenging, and then I started talking to the West Wales, and then they obviously the game rugby league ain't as big as here. I worked out around these areas and staunch rugby union background around here, so I thought, you know what, I want to go up there and try and make a difference. And yes, the team didn't do that well, but I think with the squad that they assembled, credit to the club and the coach gathering all these bodies in and these young enthusiastic boys. I think it's they got good ambition and they got something they want to do and I want to be a part of it. And if I can grow the game of rugby league slightly in Wales, and then I can look back and say I played a part of it.
Yeah, they've got some decent facilities. The Stevenheath is the football ground, isn't it? It looks class. I played on it once or twice back in the day when I was a bit less fat and a bit better at rugby, but it's a pretty good track.
Well, I loved it. We played there in Challenge Cup.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough, grateful enough to play there on the Challenge Cup.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. And I can only imagine if we get some fans in there.
Yeah.
And just to grow the game around there and give the locals something to cheer about. Especially there's not many, but there's a few diehard rugby league fans around the area. So hopefully we can get them something to be excited about. The young kids coming through. Instead of there's enough room for rugby union and rugby league around here.
Yeah.
And I think Wales always been known for being a brilliant rugby union side, especially the internationals.
Yeah.
And hopefully they 10, 20 years time they'll be known to be a competitive rugby league team.
They'll produce some class players like Lee Breers and people like that.
Yeah, I used to play against Lee and he's probably one of the best that I've played against,
Yeah.
In my era. So he could pass the ball wherever he wanted it, kick a ball wherever he wanted it, put it wherever he wanted it. So he was a very smart man and he was good to watch and a nightmare to play against, but it was a good challenge to play against him because I respected him a lot and he was a really good player.
Yeah.
I think he's into coaching now, so he was a smart player. So, but there's a lot of talent that's around here, but they go up north, up or down.
I know there's been a couple of twins that have gone to St Helens who are Welsh. A couple of kids, can't remember their names now, Cody Davis or something like that, maybe, I'm not sure. But they always do seem to get taken up, or they get attracted by the money in rugby union around here.
And that's it, then you lose a lot of talent. And I think hopefully we get to a point in Wales where they want to come and play for the Raiders, Unless we're in a building phase at the moment, and hopefully I can contribute to them getting to where they were, where they want to be. And and some of them local talent, them kids that grow up watching the Raiders and say, I want to play for them one day, instead of playing, I want to play for Wigan or St Helens, the top teams. So I think that was part of my decision too, just to help grow the game and help these young kids that are not sure if they want to go up north to make a career when they can make one here.
Yeah.
That's part of my goal. Part of my goal is to grow the game around here, and there's a lot of interest at the moment around us, especially leading up to the Challenge Cup. But I think if we improve on some areas, I think that the game can grow, and people, the more it grows, the more interest we have. And, people, especially these kids, the younger generation, will want to put on their boots for the West Wales Raiders. So
yeah. Do you feel pressure from that? Because they've obviously invested in you, and Henson's come over. I don't know Henson, but we got a lot of mutual friends, and there's a lot of PR over the last few months. I watched the Challenge Cup game. Tell Jamie Murphy he's a fucking idiot. Tell him from Mikey Rowe, and he'll know exactly who I am.
Yeah. Nah.
But do you feel pressure from that to not only just perform on a Saturday, but to actually give back or to be that role model? You've had a colourful career on and off the pitch at times.
Yeah.
Do you feel pressure like that?
Not really, bro. Not really. A little bit, maybe. A little bit sometimes it can get, because West Wales Raiders we're still growing, They got a young owner, you got a young CEO, you got a young coach. So we're still doing things that a lot of clubs don't. You know, we're still learning as we go. So, and I feel like I'm a part of that. And it's my job to help out where I can and guide these young guys around, and mainly at training and in the game, you know, and which I will do as I go on. But no, I don't really necessarily feel any pressure. Like I put pressure on myself, you know, to perform every week at training, and yeah, I'm trying to be honest about the question. Not really, bro. No, because I've all my career since I've been over here, I've always had. You know, when you're a professional, the pressure's times 10.
Yeah.
You know, like, but a little bit sometimes, but not really. We're to a point where it stresses me out. You know, because it's a good stress because it's me. I'm trying to develop into, you know, I'm captain of the club and I'm trying to learn. I've still got a lot to learn, and how I conduct myself and how I and how I improve people around me.
Yeah.
You know, so it's I've got to take that. I've got to take that on my own, and you know, if I want to be a captain, I have to. Well, not even that. Just I want to be. People look up to me at this club, the young boys, and it's on me to try and bring the best out of them. And,
just be a good bloke as well.
Yeah, also be a good bloke. That's I think that matters more than anything. Just to be down to earth and be approachable. You know.
Yeah.
If it's not even a rugby side of things. It's like, you know, if a young kid is struggling, they can come to me. You know, my door's always open. I'm always here for them. And that's a part of being a. Sometimes you can't be bothered because you're tired, you know. Like we work full time job. Well, not full time, but we work a lot.
Yeah.
And you know, if a young guy's got some sort of problems, and they see you as someone they can speak to, you got to be there. You got to be that guy. But yeah, I'm still learning, but I'm liking the challenge, mate. Being captain now, like I'm proud to be captain. To be fair,
class. How's like? Does it get frustrating on the pitch sometimes? Like, I know that when I played, I wasn't particularly great, but you know, when you play with better players, it brings you up a level. And then sometimes when you play against worse teams or with players that aren't quite as good, it can frustrate you at times. Do you get frustrated because there are some quality talents in that team, but through your career, you used to be playing with the best?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it gets frustrated. You say to do a play and they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
But that's part of the challenge.
It's learning.
I'm here to teach them. Sometimes I can lose my cool when I'm human, you know.
Yeah.
I can get a bit moody. I want you to run this line. You run the wrong line.
Yeah.
Then it's up to me to show them, you know.
Yeah.
So they don't know if they're not really doing the wrong. They're doing the wrong thing, but it's not like they're not trying.
Yeah.
They just need a bit of time, and you need to sit down with them and explain to them, this is how I want you to do it, brother.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to sometimes bite your tongue because these guys learn all their money outside of rugby.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything to them.
Yeah.
I come from an environment when that's all we had.
Yeah.
So you dedicate yourself to it all the time. So when they're training, I tell you to do something or actually do a play.
Yeah.
I expect you to be bang on because you're sitting there revising video constantly during the day trying to get better. We don't have them resources here.
Yeah.
At part time. So when I first come into this league when I was at Doncaster, I found myself blowing up a lot. So I'm thinking they need to be where I expect them to be. But I was like, that's unrealistic because they've not had the luxury of being in a full-time environment most of their life where I had. So I had to like step back and try and what I was thinking was right is how I delivered it to them. Because I felt people might have been getting a bit off me because of the way I was talking. Quite demanding.
Yeah.
But like I say, I learned from it. So don't get me wrong. There's going to be times I'm going to blow up at the boys, but because when you're in a heated situation when you're playing games and stuff like that, things happening really fast.
Yeah.
I can't be cuddling you and go, I expect you to. Wait!
Fucking
blah,
sort
blah,
out,
blah.
like.
Sort your fucking self out. I told you around there,
Yeah.
man. What are you doing?
But if you didn't show that, it would probably be a bit more worrying that you didn't have the passion for it, or it shows that you do care and you do want it, even if, it's not.
Oh, I really wanted it. It means a lot to me, man, like rugby league's been a big part of my life.
Yeah.
It's who I am.
Yeah.
I've been playing it since age of 4 or 5, bro, so I had a couple of years out, for failing the drug test.
Yeah.
And that was a good period, hard period, but a good period, you realise what's more important to you.
Yeah.
I've got 3 babies up north. So I spent a lot of time with them, and when I was in the full-time rugby league environment, rugby league was always on my mind.
Yeah.
And my kids will be playing, but I'm there, but not there.
Yeah. Not in the moment.
Yeah, not living in the moment. Just just be grateful for what you have.
Yeah.
And so when it went, and then me and their mother split up. Sometimes I sit around and I'm like, I'm thinking about my babies all the time.
Yeah.
And those little things at the time that I was taking for granted become the big things now. So I thought, damn, I wish I had been a bit better,
Yeah.
And but it's all about learning, bro. That's why I try to be grateful for everything I have today and enjoy the little things,
Yeah.
Because them little things can be the big things.
Yeah, of
when you
course.
don't have them, especially.
Yeah. How I was going to bring up obviously the couple of years out later on, but when you go through stuff like that, or you do, you've dropped down, a couple of leagues, or I don't know, even bad injuries and just bad news or whatever.
Yep.
How, as a bloke, like, how do you overcome those? Because I know you've had some dark days, and I know that those dark days might have got to a point where there might not have been many more days after that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
How do you pull yourself back out of that to get going again and to be that shining light, that role model for your kids, the example to kids watching rugby league? It's not even about rugby league, it's about as a bloke,
Good question, bro. Really good question. It's there were times, and I still have my dark days, man. Now, and, even when I'm not really got much going on, some days it's just overwhelming.
Yeah.
I go into myself a bit, but it was a good lesson that I needed. I learned a lot about myself, I learned how strong I am as an individual. And I just got through it. I just kept telling myself, it'll be better. It taught me a lot of patience.
Okay.
Getting banned and stuff like that, it's embarrassing. Knowing to yourself, and I was living in an area like Yorkshire's proud rugby league. And people used to look at you and a bit, hey, there's...
Yeah.
And then you do that, and it's like, wait.
Yeah.
You're a bit of a joke. They're looking at you, laughing at you, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's a bit of a hard pill to swallow, but I brought it on myself, and it was like, it was hard at the time, man, because, I suffered from anxiety and stuff like that, depression, so, but I had to write it out, I just focused on my kids and focused on, focused on my kids when I was living with them, and then when I wasn't living with them, because, man, their mummy fell out.
Yeah.
Broke up or whatever, went our ways. But still, I used to always try and tell myself if I was getting in the bad place and doing bad things, I need to pull myself back in because I've got 3 babies that need me.
Yeah.
And then just exercising, trying to just do a bit of exercise takes my mind off things, but things have got better. Like I said, patience, time's a healer, and things ain't always going to be that bad, and you just got to get through it. Like I lost my cousin to suicide last year, about 9-10 months ago.
Yeah.
And that rattled me, because I was in the frame of mind where, what's the point of me being here, I was, COVID, well, that's not just COVID, everyone's gone through a hard time, but I was honestly thinking, I don't need to be here anymore. I wasn't necessarily taking my life or anything, but I was going to run off to New Zealand, or I was just in a negative, dark frame of mind where my mind wasn't right.
Yeah.
But I ended up staying, and then now I'm got contact with my babies, and you know things work out. I'm in a lot better place.
Yeah.
But how I dealt with it now, I just had to ride it, man. You know, it's not everything lasts forever, whether it's good or bad. You know, so it's just a part of life. We all hurt. Life wouldn't be life if we didn't go through a bit of crap. But,
it builds us, doesn't it?
Yeah, it builds you, man, and you learn from it. Just like now, I'm probably a lot more mellow than I used to be when I was these young fellas' age that are out there.
Yeah.
You know, I was like that. You know,
buzzing around. Yeah.
Now I can just sit here on my own for an hour with no music, no nothing, just sit here.
Yeah.
Just chill. But the little life lessons has taught me that, you know, it's okay to be, you don't need everyone around you. It's just be in your own place sometimes.
Yeah.
Know? So there's no better teacher than life. It's taught me some good lessons, bro. I don't know, just to deal with things that I go through on a daily basis. So, but it's made me a lot better, and I'm a lot happier than I was this time last year.
Yeah.
But like I say, time's a healer, bro. You just gotta hang in there, man, and get good people around you.
Do you ask for help when you're in trouble, whether that's on the pitch or on your own? Or like most blokes, we keep it in the sea, don't we?
Yeah, and it's I always like just to say I'm pretty honest. Like if I'm feeling wrong with someone who asks me, "Are you alright?" Because I can be really quiet.
Yeah.
And nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
But then I can be really quiet when something's wrong.
Yeah.
And if someone asks me, "Are you alright?" Nah. Well, what's up? No, it's got some things going on, bro. You know.
Yeah.
Or I'm just tired because I'm a bit grumpy. Not grumpy, but I'm quiet when I'm tired.
Yeah. Mind's in overdrive or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just knackered. I'm just tired. I may have had a bad sleep or been up thinking, you know, broken sleep or whatever.
Yeah.
But I like to try to be honest about my feelings and, you know, especially around these young blokes and show them that, you know, I've got a vulnerable side.
Yeah.
So it makes them, if I feel like I can be myself around and be honest, they can come to me if they're struggling.
Yeah. So
if Rangi can say that he feels the same as me, sometimes I feel, I'm feeling a bit insecure. You know, stuff like that. Not much men say that.
Yeah.
I feel a bit insecure. I don't know what it is. I feel ugly, even though I'm not. But no, it's true, man. Sometimes I have them days, man, when I was like, I'm not feeling myself here.
Yeah.
I'm normally looking in the mirror, I'm like, you look ugly, man. What's going on?
But we could all resonate with it. I think I can. Like I've had dark days, like you, for various different reasons. And you do, like, everything's just a negative the way you look at it, and then I don't know what it takes, but it takes something, and almost your mind flips and your outlook just changes a little bit, and actually things aren't so bad, and there is good things going on.
100%. It's like, you know, when you get in that negative frame of mind, which you all do, you forget what's going good in your life, you know.
Yeah.
Like when I first got here, man. To this honest truth, I got to Wales, like, what the fuck am I doing here? But in a week, it was 3 o'clock when I landed in Clefley,
Yeah.
Just pissing down the rain, but it's 3 o'clock and it's pitch black. And I'm like, what the frick, man? I was like, bro. And I didn't start work for a few days.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm laying about. I didn't want to go down there because it was raining.
Yeah.
I could hear seagulls. I'm like, what the fuck's the beach around? There's a beach around there somewhere.
Yeah.
But honestly, I was like, what am I doing here? I might go home.
Yeah.
I might go home, man. And I said, nah, I tell myself, no, don't fucking quit. You just stay here. It'll get better.
Yeah.
And it did. So, like I said, I started working with quit for gyms and meeting new people.
Yeah.
Getting myself out of my comfort zone, because sometimes I'm pretty antisocial sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like being in my own company sometimes, but once you get out you feel better. Because I'll put it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's I forgot where we were going. What were your questions?
Mate, it's just how you try and pull yourself through those dark times. Like, do you find it might be a little bit liberating, or it's actually quite nice being around people who aren't full-time pros and don't have that level of expectation. Actually, it's more about them just as blokes and as humans, and you can be maybe a bit more yourself. You said then, like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when you were playing, NRL, Super League, if you walked into this pitch, into the change room and said, boys, my head's in a bit of a dark place today, I don't feel myself, blah blah blah, chances are you might have had the piss taken out of you, or he's weak, he's not mentally tough.
Yeah, that's right.
But in the normal world, actually, we all feel like that at times.
That's right, bro.
And have you found that maybe a bit easier and helped with transition?
I think it just comes with age,
Yeah.
Age and not necessarily age. That age doesn't make you wiser. It's just
Experience.
life experience.
Yeah.
Someone could be 60 years old and think they got the life, they know everything, but ain't been through what you've been through as a 34-year-old.
Yeah.
And you've experienced in life more than they have, and it makes you a bit wiser. And it teaches you, So like back in them days, I was too proud, but I had a chip on my shoulder. I didn't know how to control my emotions. I still struggle.
Yeah.
But I was trying to be big I am, you know what I mean? I'm the man at rugby. My talent was rugby league, and that was it. I want to show you, like, I had stuff in my upbringing which we all have been scarred by. It's like, a lot of people have.
Yeah.
I used to carry it around with me, and it still affected me, So I couldn't even sit there and hold a proper conversation with people because I had no confidence in myself. But I come across as a confident guy, but really I wasn't.
On the pitch, see, and that's like, I wrote down some words earlier when I was doing a bit of research, and I was watching all the highlights and stuff. Like, I wrote renegade, genius, but misunderstood maybe.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that? Like, Rangi chased the player and Rangi chased the person, probably a bit different in real life?
Yeah, a lot different. Mate. Like, and then I think if you find that with a lot of rugby players, especially the ones who at the top of their game.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got enforcers who are known to be, but they're the most gentlest person off the field.
Yeah.
But go back to myself, it was. I always used to find people, coaches and people at clubs used to try and work me out, and I'd just be like, "You are kidding yourself, I can't work myself out."
Yeah.
You'll be there a long time, man.
Yeah.
Don't try and work me out. If you've got something to say, come and tell me.
Yeah.
But as you find in rugby league, there's a lot of BS that goes on. Well, in professional sport, it's BS, it's a business,
Yeah.
People always grassing and snitching going on behind people's backs.
Do they?
Yeah, man, 100%. And they're trying to work you out, because me, oh my God, I've got 10 personalities, bro.
Yeah.
I can come into the training, you are hooing. And I can come into the training, you won't even know I'm there.
Yeah.
Unless, well, you do, because obviously I have to be a voice and I'm a leader at the club, but you alright? Yeah, I'm just quiet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But back in them days, you couldn't show your emotions, man. And that, the people, the senior people are telling you, or coaches telling you need to do something, but they're not in touch with their own emotions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, if I was a coach and leader, I want people to tell me, one day I might be a coach or have something to do with a club. I want people to be able to come to me and say that, they're not right.
Yeah.
Because it helps,
Yeah.
Because you bottle this stuff up, you carry it around, and then it affects you. It really affects you. But the moment you can talk about it, the moment you start feeling better about it, don't you? So
I completely agree, mate. I don't know what it's like in Australia or New Zealand. I've been to both, but I've never played rugby league out there. But here, it's seen as a northern, gritty, hard game. And then you look at like some of the legends of the game. I don't know these people, but Adrian Morleys and your JB Peacocks and people like that. They are hard bastards on the pitch. Now, I don't know what they're like off it, but that's the persona. You have to be a hard, tough macho man to be a rugby league player. But I don't know how far that actually gets you. Because I'm sure that off the pitch, they're good fucking blokes.
oh, they are. I know Moz personally and JP. I've had experience with both of them playing for England, and I played with Adrian Morley at Salford.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the nice gentlemen you ever meet.
Is he?
Yep. He's class, same as Jamie Peacock. The ace, mate, but then you put him on the field, like I touched on earlier, just maniacs.
It's like a suit of armour, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like once they cross that white line, it's on.
Yeah.
You're getting it, and that's the way you got to be. But they know how to switch it off when they come off.
Yeah.
You know, and Adrian Morley's a top man. You probably would have made a nicer bloke than him. But at the same time, I think it's just like it is in general, not just rugby league. It's just in a sport environment, especially when it's contact and it's a physical sport.
Yeah.
Everyone has to show that they're okay. It's because of the experiences I've been through. I can look at someone and say, "You're not okay."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tap them on the side and say, "You alright, man? If you never chat, just give me a ring." Stuff like that. And I get people ringing me and asking for help or things like that, and I like that because I feel like that they have someone to go to talk to, or talk about their problems and their issues, or even something that might be little to you but it might be big to them. And I'm here, my ears are always open, and to listen to you, and if I can help you, I'll help you. But I can only share my personal experiences because I've done so many mistakes, and I'm still making them, and I have to share my experiences with these kids, with these young up and coming talent that want to play to where I played.
Yeah.
Because the show, like, bro, it's not all about being macho, man. Be macho when you step over that line. But life is life. There's more to life, You don't have to try and carry on that facade and wear that mask 24/7. Let it off.
Yeah.
It's okay to be struggling or have something wrong in your life, man. We all do, but not everyone talks about it. So I just think it's very important that kids out there or anyone, just if you're struggling, if you got a mate that you trust that you can talk to, or I've had professional help myself, and they helped me. The RFL got a sporting chance, and I used to talk to them for a few years because there was a time where I wasn't doing so well, and they helped me loads, And if you need to get the help, get it, There's nothing wrong with it.
That's the thing.
To make you a better person.
It's a stigma in it around being weak, I suppose, or whatever.
Yeah,
but
it's not weak though. There's more strength than going to ask for help, because you're weak if you don't ask for help because you think it's weak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You think that you're brave by taking it on and going, I've got it sorted. I'm alright. Is it? Sometimes I ask the young lads, how are you, bro? You alright? I'm wise, right? I said, no, you're not. Not everyone's alright, son.
Yeah.
We all struggle.
Yeah.
Don't try and tell me you're always alright, because you're on the phone to me the other week.
Yeah.
So you're not alright all the time. Oh yeah, sometimes that's the answer, brother. Because we all find our battles, and it's a big problem in rugby, and not just rugby, in professional sports, where we all have to try and carry on this facade and this macho man mentality, where I ain't macho, man. I come in there and sometimes I cry over my kids, I have my days, and I can admit it because I know a lot of men do it.
Yeah.
A lot of men talk about it, so. But it is what it is. We all have our things.
How would you get, Henson now? I don't know him, but in Wales particularly, he was seen as God at one point, and then all of a sudden he was seen as almost like the enemy, off field, on field, celebrity misses, all that sort of stuff. Like he went through. Like, have you two ever had a chat about that? And How is he finding this transition to league?
I haven't really personally spoke to him about what you just said, but it's funny, man. Now, like, people put you on a pedestal. You don't put yourself on a pedestal. Other people do.
Yeah.
And people put their expectations on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And want you to carry yourself this way. Fuck that. I'm doing what I love. I'm just saying it from my personal experience. I'm doing what I love and I do what I do. Fuck your expectations. Don't put your expectations on me just because you didn't make it.
Yeah.
And I ain't carrying on the way you carry yourself. How do you know how to carry yourself in this environment when you ain't in it?
Yeah.
So, I just say, fuck them. I don't give a fuck about I don't give a crap about my language. I don't give a crap about them, man. And hopefully Gav was the same, you know, because I've only heard bits and pieces like he was the man because I used to fanboy.
Mate, he was unbelievable.
And, yeah, and people think, I don't have, honestly, like, I'm not one of them that go, bro, how was it like? That, I don't care. I just see it as a human. And, if he's good to me, I'm good to him. And he's a gentleman, you know. He is quiet, and I like Gav. Got a lot of time for him.
Has he still got it? Skills
He's still
good?
got it, bro. You know, he can still find a good pass.
Class.
He's one of them that looks like he's got a lot of time on the ball.
Yeah.
And I wish I'd have played with him. And no disrespect, Gav, I know you're about 45, but I wish I had time with him earlier because he can teach me, like, especially with kicking and stuff like that. But, what people's expectations they put on you, you know, he's done it all, man. He's been there and done it all. He doesn't have to come rugby league, but he wants to challenge himself. That's fucking takes balls.
Yeah.
Especially at the time, someone at his age. First game played against Witness. I heard some people saying, he looked a bit out of his... Of course he's going to look out of fucking place. This is his first game and he's 38 or 30, whatever, how old he is. I looked out of place. And it was I've played this since I was, young.
Yeah.
It's our first game over a year, man. Shut up, man. You guys don't know what you're talking about. But...
What is your relationship like with social media and the press?
I don't... See, the thing was, bro, when I was playing for England and that, and it started getting all weird about me, eh? Oh, he's New Zealand born, and they're like kicking off and stuff. Australia do it, New Zealand do it.
Yeah.
But at the time, my wife at the time, she was pregnant with my eldest.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm never going to leave this Great Britain, and I haven't.
Yeah.
And the press is they're always trying to write something negative about me, man. So, like, if I do something on the game and I'm commentating, and I'll do something that's really good, I'll create a try, but they'll talk about the guy who scored it.
Yeah.
But before I decided to play for England, these guys are licking my ass.
Yeah.
But now it's, New Zealand born, they had this, I don't know, there's left a sour taste in a few commentators' mouths, some of them are great, but...
Did you ever have that out with them and question them on it?
Nah.
Just didn't give it time?
Even though I wouldn't even, if they were all sat in this room, I wouldn't even give a shit. They're all... I was listening to a game of rugby league, man, and commentators were commentating, and I just had... And a lot of people put on mute. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, they're good. Don't get me wrong, there's some that are good. Like Barry McDermott and that, he's funny. He's funny, but there's no actual analyst that can... John Miles, he talks about a game, but he's missing the point why the try was scored.
Yeah.
It's because this defender made the wrong decision in defence, which puts these guys outside them under pressure, which is why they scored. He would say, it was a lovely... You listen to the NRL, man. And as a player, I like to sound an experienced player, they'll point stuff out that you can miss.
Yeah.
You go, that's right. These guys don't know what that... It's like they've got a script. They're reading on the script and they'll pick up topics. And they'll keep going on about the topics, give someone the praise who's got nothing to do with the play that they've scored.
Yeah.
I just think back to your question, I would never know with them. It's just a waste of time because they know everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They get paid for what they do. I'm sure they get paid well, but the commentating and all that over here is I suppose newspapers have to sell controversy.
Yeah.
This is what they do. It's negative. It's negative people, and not all of them. Sorry, but a lot. I guess I still got a bit of taste in my mouth from when I played for England.
Yeah.
It was hard for me.
Was your last game that World Cup semi-final?
No, I got dropped for the World Cup semi-final when they scored. See, if they had me, they might have won. Nah, joking aside, got dropped for that game and we lost. So it was so close down to now, but it was the game before. I think it was France.
Yeah.
And I had a bad game, which is fair enough. I had a bad game and I got dropped, so that's what happens.
Yeah.
But I didn't agree with it.
Because you'd had a few good games before that.
I didn't agree with the way I got dropped.
Okay.
I knew I had a bad game.
Yeah.
And I won't go into detail, but Steve McNamara tried to say it was something else. I said, why don't you just tell me I had a shit game and that's it?
Yeah.
You're dropped. They go, oh, it's because of this and this and this. You're talking bollocks, man. Just say I had a shit game. I can cop that, man, because I know I had a shit game.
Yeah.
Say, Rangi, your game wasn't good enough, I'm going to drop you. Fair enough, coach. I agree. Don't start making up all this other crap that's not even true. And you're not in it. And I just left the camp. Because I found it hard being in camp anyway, because I felt like I was alone all the time.
Yeah.
I felt like I wasn't accepted in the group. Because I'm very patriotic, English.
But it's weird because they got so many players, especially in that World Cup squad, who were playing in the NRL as well.
Yeah.
So they surely would have appreciated moving to a new country and fitting in.
Oh no, when I was in it, I was just me. Like I was, I think there was Maury Fasa-Falou, who, I don't know if he's still playing Union now, but he came from St Helens. He was the only, he was Samoan.
Yeah.
Then he became eligible and they picked him. Then it was me, I think. Obviously proud New Zealander, as you can tell, probably in my accent.
Yeah.
But it was an honour playing. I still hold that dearly to me, playing for England and stuff like that. But like I said, it wasn't managed well. I just felt like, and going back to what I was saying before, England are patriotic. So if you come from Leeds, the Leeds players will sit there. Wigan boys will sit. No one's together. Like growing up, I've made the New Zealand younger age groups.
Yeah.
You see someone, you're like a brother. You're like brothers, man.
Yeah.
And you just bond. Then I just didn't feel that. Then I was like, what the what's this all about? You got people going off here and the Leeds boys off there and these guys don't like them guys. And I was like, man, until they nip that in the butt, they're going to be a good team, man, Because if they come together as one, it's like they put their club first over their country and you're never going to get success over that. So they've got a good coach now, and Sean Wayne.
Yeah.
He seems to be the man that will bring people together.
I heard him on a podcast. He seems like a top bloke.
Mate.
Gone through a lot in his life.
I've only met him a few times.
Yeah.
A couple of times. And it was at England camp when I sat down with him for 20 minutes. I just loved. My impression was, man, that guy, I'd love to play for that guy one day.
Yeah.
Because he just made me feel like I wanted to go have a game. He pumped me up.
Yeah. Makes
So,
you
man,
feel $1 million.
Yeah, so imagine if he was coaching me, I'd run through a wall for him. And no wonder it makes sense because every Wigan team I play, where they had the top team in or their youngsters in, you were in for a hard game.
Yeah.
You had to be aggressive, otherwise you're going to get run over and they'll bully you. So I used to love playing them because it brought the best out of me.
Yeah.
And I think that's the England situation. I think once they become as one, they're going to be really hard to beat. And I hope they do. I hope they fix that little thing up. It might not be like that because it's been a minute since I've been. But I hope they sort that just for the benefit of them because the talent's there, no doubt.
Yeah, the talent's always there. Like I used to love, even when you had Great Britain, but those four nations where you'd have France,
Yeah.
and Australia, New Zealand, or Fiji, or whoever would be in it, like,
Yeah.
and play those, because they're class. In England, Have got the players to go and do some damage
They do,
at
man.
world level.
They do, and I think I think Sean Wayne will make a big difference.
We haven't really spoke about your career much. Like, what was it like growing up? Because you played New Zealand Maori, and am I right in saying you were in a World Cup training squad for New Zealand as well, but just didn't quite get the nod?
Oh yeah. 2000, when was it? 2007 or 2008?
Yeah.
Got a letter when I was at St George saying, "Oh, I'm in the however man squad it was.
Yeah.
Go do some training." So we had to go train till they cut it out to make the cut. That was the World Cup year.
Yeah.
It was over in Australia, and I ended up playing. Yeah, made that, and then didn't make the final cut. And then come over here, and I was within 2 years. I made a name for. I was making a name for myself, and
Yeah.
played against England from New Zealand Māori team.
Yeah.
And,
What was that feeling like for you stepping out for the Maori?
That was the best way, because it's my people, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, like I was saying, when we come together,
Yeah.
we're like brothers. You know, you're tight. Everyone hangs out with everyone. Don't matter which club you come from, don't matter nothing. We as one. You put, even if you've had a fight with someone in the game or something,
Yeah.
that doesn't even get brought up. You know what I mean? You're just close, bro. It's like, we're boys now. We got each other's back, and you just enjoy each other's company all week. You're laughing, you're eating together. You'll be in a room like this, and there'll be 12 people. You know, we're all playing cards, stuff like that. It just feels like a very family orientated setup. But yeah, played England. When was it? The start of 2011 or into 2010?
Yeah.
Into 2010, yeah. Played against England, yeah, after I was playing for England.
Yeah.
So that was, yeah, it was good.
I want to say, I did a bit of research. You had man of the match for the Exiles, or the Maori against England, man of steel, and then had man of the match in your first England game as well.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
What's it like when you're on the pitch, right, and you're in that form? And like I'm sure most people would have seen your highlight reel where the one around the back on the left side up a wing, and the one over your arm where you put it behind your back to the guy in the right corner. That was for Salford, that was. Like, what goes through your mind when you're on the pitch and you're seeing the defence and you're... How do you do that? How do you process it? Like, where does it come from?
Man, as a little kid, I used to just be constantly out. You know, kids on their computer games.
Yeah.
That was me, but outside.
Yeah.
Constantly, I was just addicted to it, man. I'd just be outside with a bottle or a shoe that implemented a rugby ball.
Yeah.
The odd time I had a rugby ball. But I was always playing, pretending someone's going to tackle me, and just things that just when you're a kid, your imagination is tenfold, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm just imagining people come to get me, and I'm stepping them and doing passes and stuff, and I'm passing the shoe or whatever I got. There's fingers of red ball, and I'm passing it that way, and there's no one there. But then I'll go pick it up. Oh, he's caught the ball.
Yeah.
And man, I just think it's just natural way. And so, like I said, I tell my son, I said, boy, what do you want to be when you grow up? Do you want to be like Cristiano Ronaldo? Because he likes his football. I go, do you think he'll be sitting here playing that game all the time?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I think it's this day and age, but that's his thing. But he's really talented. But yeah, man, it's just, I don't know. People, I get asked that question all the time, do I plan it? And you can't plan that. It just happens when a defensive line will come up to you and you do what the defense makes your decision. Like when you're a ball player, you're skipping across or you're doing something, and if he's shooting out the line, and I'm just going to put over the top of him, you know what I mean? Or that back pass that I did, I've done a few, but that one just was viral for some reason.
Yeah.
He's come in, but I couldn't pass it to him normal because he was going to knock it down.
Yeah.
So I had to pretend I was going that way to make him turn and then flick it. That was the only way I could pass it to him. Because if I went like that again, he
He'd
would
have caught it or
he
whatever.
would have knocked it down.
Yeah.
Because he was the last man in defence.
Yeah.
And he had the fullback coming across who did nothing really because he was a bit too late. But yeah, it's just interesting, man. Like, I suppose, I don't know, because I know what I'm going to do to the defender, but probably my players don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's off the cuff, and I'm like, alright, I've got to beat him, make him do this to make him run through that hole.
Yeah.
So I think it's just got to give credit to running around, kicking shoes, pretending I was a ball when I was a 5, 6, 7-year-old.
Class. When you grew up, when you were growing up, you obviously played in the NRL first.
Yeah.
What's harder, NRL or Super League?
I was only a 22-year-old, 21, 22-year-old, applying my trade out there, so that was hard.
Yeah.
It was really hard. It's you're not fully grown. Your body's not, well, when you look at some of these kids now, they're getting bigger and bigger, but
then they can't necessarily play rugby, they can just run and tackle, they might not have the
they're like
skills.
machines, so sometimes, I'm only little, but you got to use your attributes, to suit your game, so mine, yeah, it was hard, because like I say, NRL, it's a full-time environment. You're constantly analysing. It's more mentally draining than anything.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd say it's the NRL. It's harder, and I'm sure it would have been harder when I was in my peak as well.
Yeah. Do you wish you'd have played out there in your peak? I know you've obviously got your kids
I was
here in
going
Castleford.
to go back to St George Illawarra, but my wife at the time, she was pregnant.
Yeah.
And we both thought, we'll be out there on our own.
Yeah.
And rugby league is a big commitment out there. It's like footballers here.
It's full time, 24/7.
Yeah, and she would have been at home all day with the kid.
Yeah.
And we just thought, you know what? Can't do it because she would have been sort of on her own sort of thing, and while I'm at training, and I just thought no, it wasn't right. I would have loved to. That would be me being selfish, but I would have loved to. But I don't regret it because I had a decent career over here, and I got 3 beautiful kids, and that's all that matters,
Yeah.
It would have, should have, could have, but all I can say, I was grateful to play in the NRL. All I wanted was one game, and I played, how many, 30 or something like that.
Yeah.
So it was a dream come true. I was only expecting one, and I think I've played over 250 something professional games now, so I never thought I'd be here. So I just got to be grateful that I actually did achieve my childhood dream, playing on TV.
What is it about New Zealand, right, where they create these halfbacks? You look at, was it Stacey John, and then you had Benji Marshall, Sean Johnson, Luluai, Isaac Luke. Is he a cousin?
Yeah, we're cousins. Distantly, he's more related to me half sisters.
Yeah. They just produce these players time after time after time.
Yeah, I suppose it's like NBA. It's a genetic thing, I think. You look at all the NBA, and they're all like African Americans, and they're freaks, aren't they?
Yeah, huge bunch.
You got your Islanders, you got your Tongans and Samoans that are heavily got a big community in our country.
Yeah.
Well, it's their country as well, but they've got big. There's loads, and they're just naturally gifted. I don't know, man. Rugby union, and that's just a part of life. You grow up with a rugby ball, holding a rugby ball, kicking it about, and you see some of the size of them island boys. They're massive, and a lot of us Māori boys, just everyone, white boy, Māori boy, island boy, everyone's. It's bred into them.
Yeah.
It's like football over here. It's rugby and Wales, but football in England, you know, people want to play. You just plus I think it helps with the weather, the climate. In winter, you can still afford to go outside and play. Yeah, kids, you got to stay inside. Inside, otherwise
Blizzards,
you won't come home. You die of frost. You
Yeah.
die of bloody what you call it? What is it?
Frostbite or whatever.
Yeah, you get frostbite or pneumonia.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
these poor kids that got to stay inside.
Yeah.
But Kiwis are out all day playing. Well, that's how it used to be. I'm not sure what it's like now. But I think that helps, you know, when you're constantly with a ball, practicing, playing with your neighbours every day. And the more practice you do, the better you become, I suppose.
Yeah. Mad, isn't it? How some people just got it, and for me, it's just seeing that little, you know, I don't know, the defender's turned half an inch in, and you've exploited it. Like some people just don't see it.
Yeah, and it takes when I was young, standing as a half, I didn't know the concept of being able to put someone through a hole.
Yeah.
I was a runner.
Yeah.
I was running because I had good feet and I was elusive.
Yeah.
So I was a boom, boom, was step. But then as I started learning, I can put him through that gap. If I just go to this defender and skip to him to make his man bite on me, I can put him through. And once I started doing that, learning it, I forgot my running game because that was me, a runner.
Yeah.
And then my coach used to say, I need you to fucking run. That's your best attribute. I said, yeah, but I can pass though. I can put people through gaps now. I said, no, you run. Just run. So it was a good thing to learn, but you learn as you go on, like especially with experience. And as half, and you don't learn without making mistakes. You know, you're on the field and you're in the intense situation. You make some mistakes. You'll think about that all week and go, I'll learn from that. And some kids very rarely, you see in the NRL who got it all. Who can pass, can tackle, can run. They're just building them like machines now these days. So
it does seem a more exciting league when you I like watching it because it's on early in the morning. I'll be in bed flipping on.
Yeah.
But it's the same as Super Rugby, I suppose, in the Union as well compared to.
Yeah, I can't watch rugby over here, to be fair. I watched it and it's. It might be a bit better now because it's drying up, but.
Yeah.
I always on Facebook, I'll go through the videos, it always shows highlights and stuff. And it's just more expensive, eh? It's a more attacking rugby rugby style over there where I'm no rugby union expert, but it looks like they play territory a lot and they keep it, they ruck it more a lot.
Defense, heavy defense.
Defense and that. It's like back in New Zealand, back home, everyone it's more attacking rugby, which to an average fan you want to see.
Yeah.
Because not many people appreciate the rucks and mauls and how vital they are to a game.
No.
They're a big part, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, but if you're an average fan who don't know, you think, what the hell?
Just big hits and loads of tries.
Just pass it out there, but that's not the point because if someone gets isolated and loses the ball, then there's a handover.
Yeah.
But people don't understand that.
Did you ever get tempted by Union?
I thought about it, I did think about it when I was in my prime. I didn't have any offers, but I was talking to a couple of clubs. But when I finish at Wales, and if I'm still here next year, I just want to go play for a local team. And,
Class.
I just want to get. I grew up playing that day.
Okay.
So I just want to go play. I really want a game before I'm too old and I can't move. nothing that high level or anything. I want to go play because I enjoy rugby union.
Class.
Because I think around here there's that union league. Union's better than league. You know what I mean? It's like it's just two completely different games, mate. You know?
Yeah.
It's the technical side of things is different. You tackle different. You ruck them more, and like I'm lucky I've had some sort of experience, but it was 16 years ago since I played a game of union.
It's interesting if you look at, I don't know, Benji Marshall went across to Auckland Blues, didn't he? Unbelievable rugby league player.
Yeah.
But then didn't really cut it.
And grew up playing union.
Yeah, and like he said, he put on too much weight, became slow.
Yeah, because they don't train as hard as rugby league. The training's not. You have to be more anaerobic fit.
Yeah.
You constantly run up, down. Whereas rugby union's got their specific fitnesses. The front row or your type 5 have to be fit in this region.
Yeah.
Your backs or your fullback, he's got to just
fast and
he's got to be fit. He's got because he's constantly tracking, isn't he? Your 10's always got to be floating. You can't just stay on one side. Whereas rugby league is different. Halves got to stay on one side.
Yeah.
But you're constantly up and back. You tackle and you're wrestling. You're not tackling, get off the ball. You get penalised.
Yeah.
You tackle, and you got to win the tackle, and you got to wrestle.
Put them on their back.
Put them on his back. Make it slow so your defensive line can get back and set and then get up. Whereas union, you just stand behind the last man's feet.
Yeah.
You know, you don't.
Yeah.
And almost that's the thing I don't like. They compare each sport to each other around here to say like ours is better than yours. Or I've had it a few times where local people go, I hear my mate will be able to play rugby league easy, and I'm just looking like that.
Snooze
I've
off.
heard that many times, bro. You could get on a rugby league field, bro, and it'll be the same as me. If I went on a rugby union field thinking I'm big bollocks, I'll get my head smashed in.
Oh mate, so I was saying before the pod, like I played rugby league probably 6 or 7 summers in a row, but I'd go from union right the way through basically. And
I guess that's a good way to keep fit, eh?
Well, I've always had a bit of a drum, so for me it just stopped.
Oh, you front row, back row?
I played 13.
Oh,
played
yeah?
loose because I grew up playing 10 and 12. See,
Oh.
Believe it or not, right? I used to be a bit slimmer.
Yeah.
So I grew up playing like sort of 12, so I was playing loose then. But then the year to Valley Cougars, we won National 3, and we beat Sheffield. So I've played up in Alton, I've played Kippax, like Wakefield.
Kippax?
Yeah, I've played.
What? In Newcastle?
Yeah, I've played up in all those places. Like.
That's not bad. I used to live near Kippax.
So every weekend I'd be on a bus to somewhere else playing.
In Allenton Bywater?
Nah.
No, it's just down from the hill going up to Kippax.
Yeah.
Just down the hill.
Okay, you live by it. So we were stuffed as well at Kippax. I think we went with like 14 men and got fucking stuffed.
Yeah.
But I understand the differences now. But at first, like I remember, I went to Cardiff and then I went to Bridgend. Bridgend were quite good, and then I stepped up to the Valleys League. And like I thought I could play rugby alright. I'm not a small bloke. I can handle a bit of contact. And then when we played against Sheffield and like Alton had like 5 senior teams, and like we'd struggled to get a full squad. And the men were fucking huge and fast and hard. Yeah. And you think you can do it until you actually step in the arena.
Yeah, it's different when you're watching it to when you're out there. I suppose it's like boxing. You get your idiots who are deluded and think,
mate,
I could do that, and then no, you can't, son.
I've had a couple of fights before, right?
Oh yeah.
And I got filled in. I didn't get filled in, but I've taken some. And again, I've never had respect for it before until I did it.
Yeah, man.
The hardest thing.
It's the thing, you know, like you got your couch potato to sit there and watch sport all day and think, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's shit. You go online, write whatever opinion they're thinking and putting people down. It's like, bro, they got no idea, you know what I mean? Like, you try and come over here, son. Come over here in our world and just try and see what you...
Just for 20 minutes.
Just do a little 20 minutes with fitness wrestling session. And then you'll know, oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
Don't sit on the sofa thinking that you're some expert and giving out advice to people, professional athletes, and your body's looking horrendous and you think you can just come and sit there and give out your opinion and saying he's rubbish, if he done this he'll be better. I can do one, mate. You did it. You know, and
class.
there's plenty of them about, isn't there?
Oh,
It's
tons,
like,
mate.
but it's just, we live in a world where everyone just goes on their little laptops or their phone. They're walking around at work and say, yeah, I'll say this. And they think it's just it's a weird time.
It is a weird time.
Like I used to be on Instagram and everything. I just come off it all, bro. It's negative, you know, and I just. There's some perks in that because I used to get a lot of free stuff. You know, 'cause I had a decent following on it. So the more followers you get, the more stuff you get.
Yeah.
But it was like, I started losing myself, man, because I started waking up and what can I put on now?
Yeah.
I'll have my breakfast, well, no top on, though. Get the tan on tense and I'm eating, pretending I'm eating. Really, it's not about my breakfast. It's about attention. How many girls are gonna love my photo? Because I got my rig up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, bro, this shit needs to stop, man. You need to relax and have a word to yourself.
I do that, but I get my tits out.
But it is, man. It's true. You know, so I had to delete that stuff from my life because I didn't need it, man. I was just doing it for the attention. I'm an attention seeker as it is, but it's getting a bit out of hand.
It's wrong attention, though.
Yeah, it's not real. People go on how many likes. Oh, people like me. They don't fucking like you.
No.
They don't even know you.
Just being nosy.
Yeah, being nosy, checking up. Oh, this picture looks good. Give them a like, and some people get some sort of satisfaction over a little like or repost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's artificial, isn't it?
It's not real, bro. Then people wouldn't be there for you if you needed them.
No. Well, what would you like? You know, you've been through it all on and off the pitch now, like NRL, Castleford, England, World Cups, Man of Steel, individual awards, team of the year, all the highs that come with it, some of the lows that come with it as well, and off the pitch and stuff. Like, what would you tell yourself or wish someone had told you that you'd listened to back in the day? Like, what would you tell someone now coming through that system? Like, what experience, like, what help would you give them?
Yeah, good question, mate. Because I'll probably say to the young guys coming through and just always try to be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself and enjoy it, you know? Like, a lot of people can kid themselves through it and get found out, you know? Be honest with yourself. Push yourself, but only you know if you're going hard.
Yeah.
You know, be honest with yourself and just don't take it so serious. You know, I took it serious to a point where, like I touched on earlier, that there are so many beautiful things around me, my babies and that, but my mind's on rugby.
Yeah.
Don't take it so serious. Learn to know when to turn it on and turn it off.
Yeah.
Because rugby league finishes someday. Your family and your kids last, God willing, a lifetime.
Yeah.
Take care of the things that are more important. Rugby league ain't important, so it gives you a wage. But if you lose that, like I have, you can go get another job.
Yeah. If you're not too proud to, you know.
You can go. You just put your ego aside, pop the ego.
Yeah.
And go get a job. I worked in the warehouse, bro, and I was happy. People are like, what are you doing here, man? Where are you chasing? Yeah. What are you doing here in the warehouse? Working.
Got to pay the bills, like.
What are you working? My kids need feeding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wasn't that kid at school that's listening to the teacher. I didn't give a shit about school.
Yeah.
Disruptive. And I was just always interrupting the class and getting kicked out all the time. I didn't learn nothing.
Yeah.
So my thing was rugby league, because that was my ticket out. But yeah, I'd say to young guys, man, just to be honest with yourself and just don't take it so serious, you know.
Yeah.
Train hard and all that. That's what I mean by being honest with yourself. Train hard, but at the same time, know when to turn it on and turn it off. When you're at home, enjoy your loved ones. Enjoy your family, but when you're training, just give yourself every opportunity to fulfill your dreams and be where you want to be where you should be, and you won't go wrong as long as you're honest with yourself. If you're working hard and stuff, but like I said, don't take it too seriously because rugby league's a fickle game, man. You got an injury, they put someone else in.
Yeah.
You
It's
die,
conveyor belt.
they'll put someone else in.
Yeah.
You know, don't bust your ass for a company that they ain't gonna bust their ass for you. You it's business, man.
Yeah.
So make sure you look after yourself. Number one, don't bend over backwards for. Don't get me wrong, give it your all to the club that you're at and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's a point where don't you worry about yourself and your loved ones first, because we're all replaceable. Individuals are replaceable. Club's gonna be there forever.
Yeah.
So just fucking just
That's
get
right, boy. It's fine.
just get the get that balance right, and then you should be fine.
I love it, mate. I feel like I've got to know you a little bit better away from the razzle dazzle on the pitch and the headlines off it at times. Like, there's definitely more to you than meets the eye.
I like an onion, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta peel away the skins, yeah.
The layers.
Yeah, you gotta peel away the layers, sorry, not the skins. Yeah, man. Like, rugby is something that I love and I enjoy, but it's me as a person, but to be fair, bro, I don't really talk about rugby, eh?
Yeah. We've hardly spoken about rugby today.
Unless someone asks me questions. I like to talk about life, you know, like the real things.
Yeah.
Rugby was just a big part of my life that made me get to where I am, and it's helped me give me some life skills that I can carry on into me later stages in life, into young people.
Yeah.
I don't tell them things if they ask me stuff. I don't tell them things that I've heard or read on it. I tell them things that I've been through.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, bro, I'll be able to tell you how to make a career, and I'll be able to tell you how to fuck it up too.
Yeah.
So I'm your man. If you need something, bro, and you're struggling for advice, come see me, because I've done it all. But I want to tell you how to make it, not fucking break it.
Yeah.
Because I've done
Learn
that.
from your mistakes.
Yeah, I'm the man here, bro. I've done it all. And you'll be surprised. Well, you think that you know that I know you ain't doing. I know you're doing.
Yeah.
Because I've done it.
Yeah.
So, like, going back to my role here, then that's the part of the role I want to take on board with myself, with these young guys at the Raiders, you know?
Yeah.
Not a mentor or I'm no counsellor or anything. Like I said, I speak on my own mistakes and what I've done through life, where I can see if people are struggling, because I was that guy, and I still am. There days I struggle, bro. Like, you know, I don't want to go outside for whatever. There's no reason. Sometimes there's no reason. I just don't want to talk to people. Yeah, we all have them days.
Yeah.
But the more I can make, you know, the more I can talk about my things. I feel it's especially young kids. You know, some of them don't have their parents around here. I'm a parent. I've got 3 kids, so I can relate to struggling and not being able to cope with my emotions. And I'm still trying my best to. But yeah, like I said, I've been there. I've done it all, the good and the bad.
You're a good bloke, aren't you? Deep down, philosophical, but you're alright.
Yeah, well, I like to say I'm a decent bloke, bro. You know, I like.
You've had your troubles, but haven't we all?
Yeah, I've had my troubles, but I think I can say I'm not. If I've actually hurt people along the process intentionally, yeah, I couldn't live with it.
Yeah.
But the troubles I've done is it's my own wrongdoing, you know.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. Like I said, the shame that comes with it, because I've got 3 kids and they're growing. People might, all I worry is about what people might say to them at school and stuff, and I have to live with that but I I had to explain to my eldest, when Daddy done not playing rugby anymore, because Daddy made a bad mistake.
Yeah.
Because I heard him talk about drugs or something. He's 8, I said, well, you know about that stuff, boy. And then I had to sit him down. And it was my time to tell him, Daddy, that's why Daddy don't play no more.
Yeah.
Daddy was being a bad boy. You don't do drugs, boy, you get in trouble, So that it's not the actual rugby, it's how it affects you. If I affect anyone or hurt anyone's feelings, and it's hard to live with. We all got a conscience, or I do, and it takes a while to get over. But like I say, man, I try and be a good person, treat people the way I want to be treated. But and on the odd day, I might snap or say something. But I think we all got our boiling points. But
yeah, I definitely have. We all have, mate.
Trying to be a better person every day and to try and to be genuine. And I wake up every morning and I have a few words to myself to try. Don't be negative. Don't be this. Don't be that. Through the day. And it's sometimes it helps, man. I know it might sound cheesy to some people, but I don't give a shit. It helps me, and that's all that matters.
Class. Love it, pal. Just want to say massive thanks to Tiny Road Brewery. Give us a couple of beers every episode. Check out catflapchats.com.
Was that a bit? It's good, Daddy.
Yeah.
The lime.
There's a couple there now. What I'll have to do is when the crowds are allowed back in, I'll come down and watch a game, catch up with a few of the boys.
Yeah.
And I'll bring some down and we'll have a beer.
Yeah, bro. We can have an interview or whatever. And anytime you need me, bro. You know where I live now.
But don't worry, I'll let you know before I knock on the door.
It's but I'm used to the boys always just boom. Is that? What do you want, man?
Yeah.
I'm chilling. Granddad's chilling. Uncle Rang's chilling, bro. Get out of there. Go in there. Yeah, but no, it's all good, bro. You're welcome anytime, mate. I've enjoyed it.
Thank you, pal. Yeah, check out catflapchats.com where you'll find our sponsors, our merch, our back catalogue. Rangi Chase, I really enjoyed that, mate. We've hardly spoke about rugby at all. I feel like I've got to know you a little bit better and what goes on the field, but what makes you take off it as well. So I really appreciate the honesty, mate.
I appreciate you for having me, guys.
Thank you very much.
Anytime, mate.
We'll catch you up soon.
I know it took a while, but...
Oh, no, mate. Don't worry about that, pal. We'll over and out and we'll catch you all next week.